Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? It's been a long time. So, in this tutorial, I want to show you how this cake was decorated. When this client ordered for this cake, she said she wanted a Spider-Man cake, and she didn't give me any design, So I thought to create this. But when I finished, wow, it was it was just there, right? And then I was praying. I said, oh God, I hope my client likes it. I hope she likes it because it was looking, I don't know. Or I'll leave you to judge that when you see it eventually, right? I was praying for my client to like it and to love it. And I think she did. I think she did, right? So we're using gray for this design. We're using gray fondant. And then to achieve this gray, you just add a tiny black to your white fondant and it will give you a beautiful gray. Then you can see that after rolling my fondant, I'm using this embroiser on it, right, to just give me the beautiful imprints on it. It's a block embroiser, right? And then when you're using it, you want to make sure that the seam are closed, right, so that it's not be visible when you eventually drape it on your or wrap it around your fondant. So this was it when I was done, and it was time to cover. Most of you have probably seen how I layer and trim my cakes and also crumb coats. Just in case you've not seen that, I have a detailed tutorial on my channel on YouTube on it. How to trim and crumb coat a cake. There is a separate tutorial for that. That's just in case you've not seen me done it. But most of my tutorials, especially for fondant cakes, I usually show you. But this one, I didn't want the video to be too lengthy, so that is why I just crumb coated and trimmed off camera, and then I decided to show you the decorating aspect on camera. Please, when you're eventually done watching, kindly rate the cake on a scale of 1 to 10. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you would have done separately. Let me know if the design was okay or not. Because sometimes you do some designs and then at the end of it, you're asking yourself, who sent me? Oh, who sent me to this one, right? So that was actually how I felt at the end of this when I was done. But somebody that was here with me, a baker as well, who was there when I was decorating it, said, it's okay, it's fine, but I'll leave that to you to judge. Please let me know what you think at the end of the tutorial and score. Please, I want your honest review. Let me see if I've not been able to even post the cake on any of my socials because I just felt, oh, this cake is not fine and all of that. But kindly let me know what you think in the comments. I would really appreciate you. Right, thank you so much. So usually for my fondant cakes, you know that I love to use the paneling method. It saves you time, it saves your fondant. It's very easy, you know. It's very easy to just drape and wrap around and all of that. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. But for this design, after you've draped it around this, you want to close the seam between the upper part and what you draped around. That is exactly what I am doing. If you see, I'm very careful with it because I don't want the imprints to be covered, right? I don't want to dent them or cover them. So that is why I'm very particular about just sealing it at the bottom, which is exactly what I am doing there. Right. So when you are done with this, you would cut it out. But I've seen some people use other method. They don't have to flip their cake. Once they put the drape around it, they just put the other one, the top part on it, and then use a smoother and to cut everything out. But I usually do that when the cake is very big, when I have a big cake that I know it will be difficult for me to flip. That is why I do that method. But if the cake is a small cake, I know it will be easy for me to just flip around. I just flip it around. You understand? Then when you are done with that, you trim it and you're good to go. For the spider web, I'm using royal icing. Um, my royal icing recipe, I think, is on my channel in one of my videos, but I don't know the exact video where it is. But it's basically egg whites and icing sugar. That is confectioner sugar. Sure. So if you want it to be more, just use one egg white and about 300 grams of these things happen. The reason why I don't edit this part of my videos is because, just in case you're trying that, you know that mistakes can happen. When it happens, don't beat yourself. Remove it and do it again. Even experts make mistakes, so don't beat yourself when you are decorating yours and you're having that challenge. So like I said, the recipe is basically egg whites and icing sugar. For the egg white, just put it in a bowl, beat it very well to make it foamy, and then after that you gradually add your sifted icing sugar. When you've achieved the consistency you want, you stop. Peradventure you put it and it becomes too thick, use very thin amount of vinegar, white vinegar, to thin it a bit. Do not use water. Water makes it run, right? Peradventure you add it and it becomes too hard, just put vinegar. It will thin it. That is exactly what I do. This thing can last over a year. So when you're done, put it in an airtight container, refrigerate it. Whenever you want to use it, bring it out, beat it up, and you're good to go. Right? Do not trash your royal icing. Especially when you are done with a particular job, just refrigerate it. Leave it there. Whenever you need it, you can always go back to it and use it. For this particular one, it is still in my refrigerator because ever since then I've not made a cake that required royal icing. But if you know that you don't make cakes often, what you need to do is just make a little. You don't need to use a whole egg white. You can use just a tablespoon of egg white and add your icing sugar. It just depends on the amount you want to use or the quantity of work you want to do with it, right? If it's small, just use very small, because if you use one egg white, a whole egg white, you're going to be needing about 300 grams of icing sugar, right? But if you use less, of course, just 100 gram, 50 gram can be enough. Depends on what you want to use it for. But if you use it often, just make it and put it in your refrigerator. It's as simple as that. Then for the cake, I told you it's a freehand design. At this point, I didn't know what to do with the leftover fondant and all, so I just decided to stick it on the body of the cake just like that. Just remember to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. Rate this cake. Let me know if it's a design you'll be trying, or you prefer the regular colors for boys: blue, navy blue, sky blue, and all of that. Let me know if this gray is off the points for this design. Thank you so much. If you've watched to this level, it means you're interested in my content. My name is Busy Big Cakes. I'm a baker in Nigeria, Africa. Let me know what you think. And then I drop tutorials every week. Kindly subscribe, like, comment, and share. Even if you're not a baker, of course, you have somebody who bakes that you think my tutorials will be beneficial to. So please do not hesitate to share with them. Thank you so much. So this is where I think the mistake came from, or this is where I think I made the design was just off. So I thought to add a splash of red food coloring, and this was me just mixing it with edible spirit because the color was a thick paste. I decided to thin it a bit. The idea was just to add a tiny splash of it, but I overdid it. It now made it look like a horror cake, right? I just wanted to add a tiny splash of it, just like that, and then that's all. But I over added it. It now made it look as if it was scary. It made it look as if it was scary cake. But it's all good. The deed has been done. Just in case you want to try this design, when it's time for you to splash, please do not over splash. So you can see it. This is where I thought it went off point. Well, I leave that's my opinion. I'll leave it to you to judge. Thank you so much to my old subscribers and the new ones. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching my content. Thank you for dropping your comments. And thank you for the acknowledgement some of you gave me, telling me how impactful my tutorials have been, how much you're learning from my channel, how detailed my videos are. I am passionately grateful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your likes and your shares. Thank you for turning on the notification bell, to get notifications whenever I drop tutorials. I am passionately grateful. Thank you so much. Don't forget to rate the cake on a scale of 1 to 10. I will see you in my very next tutorial. Bye.